good morning, wherever in the world you are tuning in to the Esports World Cup Central broadcast. Right now, the Street Fighter 6 tournament has just recommenced, and we will continue to keep you updated on those results in a few minutes' time. As we always do at EWC Central, we pause our gameplay coverage to interview very special guests, partners in the club program, sponsors, publishers, etc. And today, I have a very special guest joining me. Her name is Nicole Choi. She's the Middle East and North African Partnerships lead for Gen.G. Now, just before I let her say hello, Gen.G is an organization that I have a long history with. I have had the pleasure of having their teams defeat the teams that I represented and loved for many, many years. And it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you here to the sofa, to the show. Hello, how are you doing?
Good. Hi, Trevor. Thank you so much for having me today.
Before we dive into the specific topic that we have in mind, could you explain a little bit to our viewers? We speak a lot to, obviously, the B2B. I mentioned this to you a little bit yesterday. But who are you? What do you do? And then what are we going to talk about today? You can say to camera number one.
All right. So my name is Nicole, and I am the MENA Partnership Lead. And for Gen.G Esports, we are obviously from a Korean company, but we also have offices in China and also in the United States. And guess what? Where our next headquarters is going to be?
You've just opened one here, I'm presuming.
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
okay, that's fantastic.
So we are just starting here in Saudi, and we have been actually doing a lot of initiatives since last year, but we are actually focusing on education.
Now, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I had the pleasure of learning a little bit about this program, the Gen.G Global Academy. Is that what that's called?
Yes, that is.
Give me the sales pitch. What is the Gen.G Global Academy?
All right, this is actually my favorite topic.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you know, we are very well known for our esports teams, but our biggest umbrella is actually education. So we train students from hobbyists to aspiring pros to become better gamers, to actually maybe one day they can become professional players, but even if they don't, we actually help them with their careers as well in esports.
Now that's huge. For the viewers at home, you can actually see some of this footage that is on the EWC Festival Instagram account. We're obviously not going to listen to what they're discussing, but now when you say making gamers better students, I mean, how does the program work?
So as you can see from the screen here, so we actually have during EWC, we had courses for esports coaching.
Oh, wow, okay.
So what we'd like to do is we turn students with passion of gamers to actually turn into careers. So what we're doing here at EWC is actually doing certification courses for esports coaching, where we actually train the local talents to become coaches
and look at those. You see, the other thing that I found very fascinating, when we were discussing this program yesterday, I immediately am very aware and very understanding of how big gaming is. Culturally, corporate-wise, professionally, competitively, South Korea is frankly the world leader. There's just a huge amount of adoption, a huge amount of understanding, and spreading that to the rest of the world, it fills me with a lot of excitement. How do you find it's different? Because I can imagine StarCraft 2 courses are not going to work in North America that well.
No, yeah. So that is actually a very good question, and I can answer that honestly from our experiences in different headquarters. So for example, in Korea, PC games are very, very popular. So we have courses in League of Legends, Valorant, and FC as well. And then, but in China, we also have courses for FIFA as well, yeah. And then in United States,
it has to be Xbox.
Exactly.
Yes, console. I imagine it's different. Now, with these courses, is there anybody that can sign up? I know, obviously, you've mentioned students. You mentioned you help them with regular education as well as gaming education. But how old are the older students that you've had?
So funny story, actually. So one of the courses that we actually provided for Saudi Esports Academy was a Rocket League course, and a mother joined the course. And I asked her, I was like, do you like Rocket League, or like what was the reasoning for joining? And she said she has no idea what Rocket League is, but her sons play it all the time, so she actually joined with her family. So
wow.
And it was really kind of heartwarming to see that, like, you know, our courses are designed to not only for the, you know, people who want to become professional gamers, but actually to trying to create the community of gaming.
I love that so much, because I think as well, especially certain titles, without the community, they don't thrive. I think when we just saw Street Fighter 6 a second ago, the fighting game community is a perfect example of that, where it's still very small, very tight-knit. You've mentioned Korea, you've mentioned China, you've mentioned North America. You said you've got a new Saudi office opening. This, I imagine, has fewer esports potential people. So what are we doing here? How is the Saudi offers different and what's the focus?
So as you can kind of imagine, our I guess tactic or
Yes.
our models are very very different from country to country. And for here, since we're starting new, and we want to get to know the locals better. So we are actually currently working with a lot of local partners like SCC and also LG, our international. Partner as well,
Yes.
yeah, and also Saudi Esports Federation to bring these courses alive to Saudi Arabia.
Now,
Yeah.
one thing I will ask, just a little bit more on the specifics. If I have a child that wants to sign up to the course, obviously I'm expecting they will get better at the game that they're going to play. But what are some of the objectives? I know you mentioned coaching, looking towards getting like certified, things like that. What are some of the other goals for the Global Academy? Are we trying to get these people degrees? Are we trying to get them internships? Are they getting skills? Like, give me a little bit more depth there.
Honestly, all of the above, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, because I feel like esports is a tool to actually become, esports is a tool to become better human capitalism and
Yes,
then,
I get what you mean. Look, I
Yeah.
understand. Let me try to break this down. Obviously, Nicole, this is her first interview here with me, so take a breath. But I think importantly, when we were discussing this yesterday, it's important for the education as well as gaming and learning the skills to get mentorships. One of the points I brought up was that if I was 16 years old, it's a long time ago now, I would have signed up for this and it would have helped me learn about broadcast roles, producer roles, coaching, league operations, business development, partnership leads. There are all these other different roles that go into the industry that a lot of people just don't know about.
Right.
So that's why I'm excited for programs
Yes,
like this.
Yeah. So as Gen.G Global Academy, so we provide courses for esports project management, esports marketing, and esports partnerships as well. So we can actually, and then one course that we're actually working on is actually entrepreneurship in esports.
Wow.
So how to actually build your own team, and it's not just about signing players. It's about finding the sponsors. It's about finding partnerships and then about how to actually make this organization grow and scale up, right?
That is fantastic. Okay, so then what comes next now? When we look ahead to Global Academy, what are the exciting next steps?
So exciting next steps, I think. For us, right now, we have a blank slate of paper, right? It is for the MENA activations, we have certain things in mind like education and also opening up a new roster. Hint, hint, there's going to be a female roster maybe.
Fantastic.
Or even mobile
Yes.
teams as well.
I would have
Yeah.
expected that, especially in this part of the world.
Right. But then, so one thing that I'm really looking for is just having a lot of students to sign up, because one thing that we do the best is actually provide internship and fill the opportunities. So if the students is signing up for our esports coaching course, I can hire them. We can hire you. If you are signing up for our tournament operation courses, we can get you connected with the other partners and also other businesses as well. Yeah.
So that obviously means that we're also looking then for those businesses to step up and say, hey, let's get involved here. Gen.G has a proven track record. Take my word for it, they're good at what they do. And obviously partners like SDC, EWC, looking at LG, etc., they can hire these potential students and maybe sponsor the teams that come from the future.
Exactly.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Okay, let's stop talking about the Global Academy very quickly. How have you enjoyed EWC so far, and how have you enjoyed the festival here at Boulevard City?
So our first week, we came with League of Legends team. Although we did not perform the best, but it was actually our first time being at, our League of Legends team, our most famous teams in Saudi Arabia, and they have enjoyed it very, very much. And also, one thing that I want to really thank Esports World Cup for is that we had our chance to actually be at the turnkey booth, and we were hosting a lot of challenges, like 1v1 challenges with the pros, and where you can even win an LG monitor. So it was really, really great to actually get our name out and get our brand out and have fans like you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
This wasn't digital. I distracted Nicole by stealing the hat. Also, I'm going to be keeping this shirt. I know you just bought this as a bit of an example, but this is mine now.
I will send you an invoice right after.
Excuse me, shocking stuff. No, not shocking. I will say this, by the way. Your mascot, I've seen him dancing around here.
Yes.
How hot is it inside that suit?
So Gen.G is a very, very nice company. So instead of being a fluffy doll, it's actually with air.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
amazing.
so it's like a balloon, pop-up balloon animal. Yeah.
My producer has just asked, are we allowed to keep the hat, or does this have to go back? We'll check. We'll see, because it might be included in my invoice. It might
It will
my-
be, yeah. There will be a second invoice coming to you.
Okay, there. One for me, one for you, for my producer. Nicole, I will say this quite sincerely, as much as I can with the hat on. This is a program that I think is very exciting. I'm actually hoping to be a father very soon as well, and the idea that these types of academies could be the future of our industry, potentially our kids, my kids' industries, etc. It's very, very exciting, and I'm going to wish you all the best and all the luck in the world. I will say one thing. Could you please send a message to your fans, to the supporters for Gen.G? Just say whatever comes from the heart to camera number one, and then I'm going to let you get on with your day.
Alright, yeah. 저희 젠지 팬들한테 항상 감사하고요. I just want to thank all the fans out there always supporting our team, and also for our students there who are, taking our courses and really working hard for your passion and to really build this ecosystem from the foundation.
Thank you so much. Would you like to say anything in Korean? It's up to you. You're allowed to. We've had many guests in the past speaking
Okay,
in their
yeah.
mother tongue if you'd like to.
사우디 화이팅!
Okay, I have been told by my producer that apparently I have to wear this hat now for the rest of the broadcast.
All right, great. Yes.
I'm not sure you're going to want it back after that. I'm going to once again say thank you. Something that we do that I haven't told you about. Every time we have a special guest here on the show, man, with the suit, this looks ridiculous. Every time we have a special
it.
guest,
Yeah.
we get them to give a signature, sign on our little shirts. We're going to be doing some sort of giveaway with this at some point. I'll figure out exactly how that works later on. So the first time we've run it, Nicole, thank you so much for taking the time. I wish the Global Academy and Gen.G all the success in the world. Sit there for a second for me. We're going to move on. Just moments ago, T1 secured their spot in the TFT finals by eliminating Twisted Minds. So let's send it down to the STC Arena to hear from both teams in the ALJ interview.